Halfway through her story, I just let out an expansive, shut the fuck up. Yeah, because you're not listening anymore.
Yeah.
She's right, and now you're the asshole.
Yep.
She's right, but her story's hard, but her method of storytelling is bad.
I don't understand your problem. You know how it is, like, why do we have to make people upset? It's not about making people upset. You're asking me to completely silence myself, to always censor myself, and then act.
Don't silence female voices. Don't silence them.
Please silence them if they talk like that.
Alice goes by they, them, and you're misgendering Alice.
Oh, God.
Alice.
Alice. Yeah.
Alice.
Yeah, like all of the...
My response to that every single time. You misgendered they, them, they, them. What is them? What is a woman? What is him?
Spotting fake people.
Dodge.
Because there were signs looking back, and people that only tried to be friends with others if they can gain something out of it, right? Like,
You need to get better at seeing these signs in the moment. Because you're saying looking back, all the signs were there. Just from hearing your story, the signs weren't just there. They were obvious. Ooh,
Yeah,
that
they
is
were.
a hell of a screenshot to start on. I freaked out for a second. I thought it was porn. I was like, what is she doing? Oh, it's her hand. Holy shit. I thought I accidentally pulled up porn on stream.
I mean, her hand could be gripping.
Could you not have an intro or something so that's not the first frame of the video? Jesus. Jesus, I can't.
okay, I just set up the camera. I'm gonna film immediately because we're gonna be doing a story time. This individual has recently tried to weasel their way back into my life, which is absolutely insane. If you're in the situation or you're afraid of being in the situation,
Volume's too low, guys. I got it at max. Her microphone's just really low.
you have to understand that some people think that compassion, that tolerance, that's only reserved for those who agree with them thought for thought. Like, every single political opinion has to be the same, or else I'm gonna cancel you. We can't be friends.
Yeah, the echo chamber mentality. That's why people watch Vosh. That's why people watch Hassan. They don't want to have any actual, like, talk about politics as much as they claim that they want to. It's all about just confirm what I already believe so I don't feel crazy. Confirm what I already believe so I don't feel crazy. Oh my God, what is this? What is this sensitivity?
Okay, let's not be friends then. Like, who cares? The thing about me is that I will forgive. I forgive. Okay, I forgive you, girl. But I will not forget. And forgiveness does not mean access back into your life. It does not mean you have to be friends again. It does not mean you have to talk again. I forgive you. But if someone is toxic, you don't need that person around. And also, I was not very close with this individual. There was another guy that I talked to very briefly who I also had to cut off because this person was insane. This
Oh,
person was
smoke
crazy.
glass.
So yeah, I was not best friends with either
Damn
of
it.
these people. Thank goodness. But it was still very strange. It was just so weird what happened. And I really have to talk about it because you know what? People on the far left are just as bad as people on the far right. If you're an extremist on either side.
Yep, that's true.
It is.
I'm over here wondering how much she spent on those Japanese-style divider things. Looks like she built a 40-foot fence around her. They're not expensive.
Honestly,
you can get them
yeah,
on
they're
Amazon.
pretty cheap.
Yeah, you can get them on Amazon.
Yeah.
They're made out of paper. They're made out of very thin pieces of wood and paper. They're pretty cheap. That's why the Japanese people use them. It's very cheap ways to put extra rooms into small houses.
You are probably exhausting to be around, or they have to make every single conversation about politics. I hate it. So in case you don't know the story already, I'm gonna give you a bit of a summary, but I used to be
Dude, I get in arguments with people on Twitter all the time because it'll be a post about a video game or something, and then there'll be someone in the fucking... I hate those people. If you are one of these people, fuck you, and fuck everyone like you. I hate you people. That you just inject politics into every fucking conversation. I want to fucking break your nose. I want to punch you in the face. I hate you people so fucking much. We're having a conversation about Mario Kart. There is nothing political about Mario Kart whatsoever fucking ever, and we're talking about the console, and then some dude injects politics like into it. Like, I can't even remember what he said, but he brought up something about Trump and something about tariffs and something about the guy. I'm like, shut the fuck up. This has nothing to do with it. The tariffs had zero effect on this game. Trump had zero influence over this. Stop injecting politics into everything. Everything's not politics. This is the level of brain rot I'm talking about, where these people won't shut the fuck up about it. I don't know what's made the world suddenly obsessed with politics, because look at where we are now, where you're obsessed with politics. And compare that to 20 years ago, where people weren't obsessed with politics. Has the obsession with politics and the general population being more involved in politics, has it made a difference? Has it changed anything?
Probably for the worst.
I mean, have we made any progress like politically? Nope. Still a rich white guy in the White House. That didn't change. We didn't get that woman you guys were promising about. Like, in fact, we got the black guy. We got the first non-white president ever in a time when people weren't obsessed about politics, when this shit wasn't happening. So it's not making a difference. It's just become a way for people to make money and argue online. It amounts to nothing. This is why I don't get involved in politics. Especially the people arguing about foreign politics. You can't make a difference in your own country.
And
why is it you think that you're going to be able to change Israel or Palestine? They haven't changed in 100 years. They ain't changing for you.
And 9 times out of 10, though, you're arguing about a subject that neither one of you really understands the ins and outs of, and how not simple.
Before I have any political conversation with anybody, and you should all do the same, before you have a political conversation with anybody, if someone brings up politics, your first question to that person should simply be, name the 3 branches of government. That's taught to you in the 3rd fucking grade. If they can't pass that one, they have no business talking about politics, period. Everything that they say from that point on can be can be completely dismissed, and not like that's it. Like, you have nothing to talk about. You have nothing to talk about.
No.
God damn it.
Most people do not have the grasp that they need to have.
They don't understand
politics.
anything about the system.
Yeah.
They are just parroting the opinions of their favorite streamer.
Yeah.
They aren't actually talking. That's the problem. Like, a lot of people, like a lot of normal people in real life, and most of the people online, they're not actually talking about politics. This isn't actually a conversation about politics. This is them white knighting a streamer that they like. In the same way that a Nintendo fan isn't actually going to have an honest conversation with you about video games or about how the industry works. They're just there to defend Nintendo. Even though Nintendo has made many, many mistakes, they'll never admit to them.
What was the thing, like, was it Jordan Klepper or something, where he went on the college campus and was talking to the guy about Charlie Kirk?
Yeah, yeah.
And they were just like, I mean, he breaks it down. Like, I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, most of them say that.
Simple, and I can repeat what
he
says.
and I can repeat what he says. I feel
and I'm
smart
like, so
having listened to
this is
him.
not you thinking on your own. This is you going, yeah.
Yeah, they're just parroting things that they hear.
Things back to other people. So you admit you know not shite about.
That's
what you're
90%
talking
of discourse.
Yeah.
Like, there's video after video of that. They all do it. The right and the left have their own version of it. Like, Steven Crowder has the Change Your Mind videos where he goes to college campuses and he gets people to argue with him, and then you find out that none of these people know what the fuck they're talking about because he comes there with facts, and then he starts to ask them questions that they can't answer. He asks them questions that haven't been asked by their favorite streamer yet, so they don't know what the answer is, and then you find out they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. The left has their own version of it too. I think Sam Cedar does his own version of it. Destiny's done it. Like, they all do it. You can see it over and over again. It's not about politics. It's about streamers. Anyway, let's find out what her personal experience is.
On the left, and like most girls my age, I would just hear what our teachers were saying, what the other students were saying, like what I saw on TV, the media, and I believed it, and I never questioned any of it, and I never looked at the other side, because the other side, they're all bigots. The moment that I really started to question things was BLM. Okay, with all of the looting, with all of the riots, all I did was I asked my friend group at the time, hey, where's this money going? I know we want to donate, and I'm all for donating to a good cause as long as we know who's actually getting the money. That was seen as very problematic. I wasn't that passionate about it. I was like, okay, BLM, whatever. I'm not going to look into it. Okay, fine. We can't question anything. Now we know where the funds were going. Now we know about the mansion, blah, blah, blah.
If you need any further proof of this, that it's about streamers and not about the cause, look no further than Hassan and his fan base. There's a video of one of his fans confronting him in real life about where he's spending his money, telling him to stop drinking Coke on stream because they donate money to Israel, and there's a list of companies they boycott if you're pro-Palestine, and they're on that list. You know who else is on that list? Fucking Amazon, the company that Hassan streams on, that owns Twitch, the platform where he makes his millions, and you people are donating to him daily. So a little bit of all the money you're giving to him is going to Twitch.
But you can't drink.
You guys are doing far more damage watching and donating to him than he's doing drinking a Coke on stream. You don't actually give a shit about this. It's all virtue signaling.
Blah, blah. But the point is, that was definitely an eye-opening experience for me. And I just was looking around and no one else was questioning it. But then also, I shared that post about the, what was it called? Social Dilemma. And that's a documentary about how many of us find ourselves in echo chambers. And immediately I got these messages from people that I haven't even spoken to in a while. Oh my goodness, are you a Trump supporter now? Because I am asking questions about how even if we're on the left or...
Don't use that term. You got to find a better way to explain that.
Yeah.
Because when you say I'm just asking questions, well, now you sound like a Trump supporter. Because
Yeah.
that is the literal motto of Tucker Carlson.
Yeah.
I'm just asking questions. So when you say that, you sound like a Trump supporter. Even though you probably are just legitimately asking questions where they're maliciously hiding behind questions as ways to fucking put their opinion out there.
Yeah.
And they're disguising it as a question so that you can't call them on it. But yeah, you got to find a better term. See, she fell into the trap where she's accidentally doing all of the dog whistles that they use because she's a normal person who doesn't watch them, so she doesn't realize that she's using their dog whistles. She's legitimately asking questions, but that's not what they heard. Just like someone who might be legitimately using the OK symbol might accidentally find themselves at a rally, and not the Trump kind.
That's what I'm like. It's so stupid.
Yeah.
But anyway.
we're on the right, we could find ourselves in echo chambers. And thinking back, I don't even think it focused a lot on politics. It was just how the technology works. And like we get recommended videos that they know we're going to react to, right? Or that they know we're going to like. So that's all I posted. And immediately just...
Yeah, the algorithm's also partially at fault here.
Yeah.
Because the more you watch Trump shit, the more Trump shit it's going to show you. The more you watch Biden shit, the more you watch left-wing stuff, the more left-wing stuff it's going to show you. The more video game stuff you watch, the more video games it's going to show you. It shows you the things it thinks you're interested in, and it will relentlessly fill your feed with it. This is, look, if you want to avoid that trap, this is what I do.
Did he fall down the stairs at you?
He rolled.
Oh, okay.
If you want to avoid that trap, do what I do. If you don't want to fuck up your algorithm so that it's filled with a bunch of shit that's going to rage bait yourself into watching stuff that like you feel you're going to go down a rabbit hole watching, then anytime you want to watch a video that like catches your interest but it's related to a topic that you don't want to be sucked down a rabbit hole watching, then open that video, right click on the video, don't click on it, and open it in a new tab. Open it in an incognito tab. So you're signed out of the app when you watch it. So you're signed out of YouTube. That's how I watch videos that I'm like, I don't want this on my feed, but I am curious to see what it's about. I'll watch it in incognito. And if you're on a mobile app, open a web browser and watch it in an incognito browser. Watch it through Chrome. Don't watch it through the YouTube app. That's the best advice that I can give. It is what it says it is there, Quinn. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Got no audio there? Why does it keep doing that? Hold on. Let me try to fix the audio over there. There you go. I don't know why it does that here recently. It's been doing that. Damn it. Got me killed. Trying to fix the audio. Thank you for telling me that, Quinn. I got to remember to start checking it before I start streaming. But the answer to your question is self-explanatory. It does exactly what it says it does. That's what that button does. Anyway. Oh, you definitely fell down the stairs? My bad, Fox. Oh, my God. Just search for midget porn on Twitter all the time. Yeah, Twitter's a different problem, though, because you engage with that content. You don't just read it. So every time you comment on something, then Twitter shows you more of that kind of content. So I try not to comment on too much political stuff because I don't want my feed filled with political shit. But I also am having a problem where my feed is getting filled with Nintendo shit because I keep commenting on Nintendo posts, even though I'm commenting on them negatively. It just keeps showing me these fucking shill accounts. Got him. Oh, I need to go back to the lobby after this one. I need to adjust my sensitivities. It's not moving the way it should. I'm having trouble keeping up with people while aiming. And then it speeds up as I aim instead of, like it goes real slow at first. And I don't want it to do that. I need to get rid of the smoothing effect it's doing or the boosting or whatever it is. I just want it to constantly move at one speed. Because he was able to dodge my shots until it sped up to catch up to him. Damn it. I personally prefer my woman on my size. Game violence. Jesus. Okay.
Just the thought, the possibility that I did not agree on every point on the left. That was insane. When I saw that, I was like, you know what? This is a documentary about echo chambers, and your reaction, that says a lot. Let's just wait till universities.
Happens on both sides, though.
Yeah.
The thing is, the right seems to be more forgiving. You've got to look no further than J.D. Vance for proof of that. Like, they're more willing to forgive just because they're orange overlord. Will forgive as long as you kiss his ass. So if someone you can talk all the shit you want about the right, and then if the next day you start posting pro-Trump shit, they will all change their tune and be about it.
Yeah.
Remember,
questions
J.D.
asked.
Vance called Trump Hitler. He talked nothing but shit about him for a solid year. And then when Trump started running again and he needed a running mate, he kissed his ass for 2 seconds. Why did you shoot me with that? Why are y'all shooting me? He kissed Trump's ass for like 2 days, and Trump's like, "You want to be my running mate?" Like that, because they don't actually they don't get emotionally involved in like in this. For them, this is just politics. It's not personal. It's just politics. The left seems to make it personal. They get emotionally invested in it.
I get it on some level. I do. Just because I think that I have dealt with this more before politics. Because I don't know, it's hard to. I've had people call themselves my friends, but then go, well, if you are sick all the time, you don't need to be here.
I feel like this is only a problem when the person is terminally online. So I've had friends I've lost because they, old friends. I wouldn't say close friends, but they're people I went to high school with and people I was still friendly with who then one day, looked at my social media and saw me saying some anti-Trump stuff. And,
what was it, like your friend who I was like, well, why wouldn't he? And you said he stopped talking to you after we ran into each other or whatever. That we ran into him once on one of our.
Yeah, but what was said? Ran into him and what?
No, he just saw that you were with me.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm not even going to go the racial route.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about politics right now. There are ones who have saw that I would like. I don't post political stuff, but he'll saw that I commented on, because when I see one that's so stupid, I can't help myself. And that's the problem. That's the point of the content, is to rage bait you and engage you. And I would do that. And I just saw that I would post or I would comment anti-Trump stuff or try to debunk stuff. And then he stops being friends with me. Yeah, like I've got plenty of friends who I was friendly with in high school and college. We kept in touch over social media. And then over the years, they became MAGA Trump supporter people. And I didn't. And since I'm not on their team anymore, they just silently blocked me or just disappeared. Whereas my best friend in real life is a guy I've known since middle school. He is a Trump supporter. He is a staunch Republican. We're still best friends to this day. And we've had plenty of, and it's not like it's because, oh, it's simple, just don't talk about politics. No, we've argued about politics many times. It's just that he understands that this isn't, where is the, change whether you want to be able to evade in any direction? Yeah, why wouldn't you want that? Move and look. Left and right sticks to. Where's the, how quickly you look around when targeting your weapon? There is no option to turn off the boosting speed. Like set the fucking response curve. Why is there no response curve option? This game is lacking in options, something serious. Anyway. Yeah, I mean, we've had plenty of arguments about politics, but we make it just about that issue. And we understand that we can disagree on issues. It doesn't make our fucking 20 plus years of friendship irrelevant because we disagreed on an issue or because we disagree on politics. He knows I'm still the same person outside of that political opinion, and we're still friends. And sometimes we argue about politics. Doesn't matter. I'm not a Trump supporter, and he is. We agree on most things. There's a few that we don't, and we'll argue about them, and then we'll have a beer afterward and whatever, and be fine. Most people get so brain rotted about politics because they're terminally online, and this is shoved down their brain 24 hours a day, whereas he's not terminally online. So he doesn't see all this stuff. He doesn't engage with it constantly. So it's not something he's constantly obsessed by. If the topic comes up, he can talk about it, we can have our disagreement, and then he can go back to normal. Because normal for him isn't politics. Normal for these people is constant political talk because it's all they want to talk about. And yeah, if that's all you want to talk about and you're disagreeing with somebody on politics, that means every time you talk to that person, you're going to argue. In which case, yeah, cut them out of your life, I guess. But the problem isn't your friend. The problem isn't even their politics. It's how you're engaging with it.
It's going to be so much better because we're all adults and we can have these conversations, right? Well, no, as you may know, university was not better, it was 10 times worse because we had to go through the pronoun roll call, and that's very offensive if you don't remember someone's pronouns and all this nonsense.
Fucking pronouns!
People decorating their dorm rooms with communist posters. I mean, it gets to a point I really ask myself, am I paying money to write essays about how I am oppressed as a woman, even if I don't believe so in America, right? That's not my experience.
Yes, that's unfortunately what some colleges are now. It's another problem with my discourse around colleges is the media and all these political streamers would have you believe that college is about politics. College is constantly about... No, that's some colleges. Some colleges, yes. That is some colleges. There are many colleges that are not. That are just normal colleges that still give you the normal college experience and still put education first. Oh, you about to get it. Oh, you about to get it. What? Oh, you're on my team. Shut up! Shut up! I was on a different team last time. I was like, oh, I'm about to get him. Whatever.
Or how I am privileged because I'm white, or I should feel white guilt. Like, those are the prompts, and I think that's ridiculous, and I'm paying money for that? No. Most people around...
I don't have any white guilt anymore. All right? I paid my dues. I served my time.
me didn't really seem to have a problem. Some would give like a
I gave back to the black community.
Okay, you giving back is not
putting
your penis in a black person.
I gave loads to the black community.
Yes, you did.
Load after load after load.
Yeah, that's not you giving back.
You're welcome, Black America.
And according to weird your people, that's just the long game.
Oh, it's just me being racist.
Yeah.
Taking one for the team here.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Damn it! God, it's person after. Where's my team? How am I fucking down in 3 of you guys? Why am I taking on? You guys are just hanging. They were right behind me and not helping. Look at where they were. Why am I doing this alone? Oh, load after load after. You're damn right.
It's like, what did the teacher just say, right? But most, like, no one said anything. And I did find this one girl. We're going to call her Kayla. Okay? Kayla, she seemed to be different, right? I was like, oh, because we would talk, and then she would say, wow, this assignment is crazy. Like, what if we wrote what the teacher, the opposite of what the teacher expects, or like we can tell what the teacher wants from us? And we would fail, probably, because if we're not writing about, like...
Because these aren't real assignments.
No.
If you're asking them to do an assignment based off how they're oppressed or how they feel about something, and they don't feel what you're asking them to write, then you're essentially just asking them to lie.
Yeah.
And if it's about their opinion on something, then there's no way they can fail because that's their personal opinion. What are you going to do? Tell them what they're feeling is wrong? That their opinion is wrong? You ask them their opinion, they're going to tell you. But now you can't tell them their opinion is wrong. That is one of my pet peeves. When someone asks me my opinion on something, I think we're having a casual conversation, and then I give them my opinion, and they're like, oh, you're wrong. I'm like, no, it's my opinion.
It's an opinion.
Like, by definition, my opinion can't be wrong. Now, if you want to have a conversation about facts, that's a different story. But if you ask me how I interpreted something, how I personally felt, well, my feelings can't be wrong. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
You asked my opinion. I gave it to you. Shut the fuck up.
Just
Don't
your
ask me my opinion.
man.
Don't ask me my opinion and then tell me my opinion's wrong. If you want to have a conversation about like an actual topic, then just have a conversation about the topic. Don't ask me my opinion on it and then be like, well, your opinion disagrees with mine, so it's wrong. Fuck you.
Sidebar. I'm having trouble watching you play this game
Why?
because all I can think of is goddamn lotion. Put some lotion on.
He's an alien.
It's scaly.
Yeah, he has scales.
Yeah.
That's the point.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Anyway, sorry.
I can't believe like that guy didn't die. I feel like those shots were hidden. Ashy ass lizard.
See?
Ashy ass lizard, man. They're subterranean mole people, basically.
Don't care.
Humanity colonized a planet and didn't realize that there was an entire race of beings living underground. So we developed our society on the surface as normal, and of course, once we started drilling for oil and doing what humans do, we started killing
Did we
them.
try giving them Lubitron?
We're kind of the bad guy in Gears of War, as much as they like don't want us to be. We started like pumping the minerals and oils from this, or the rare minerals and oils from the planet in order to get fuel for our machines, and they needed those to live. So we were like basically like it would be the equivalent of an alien race showing up to Earth and sucking all the water away from the planet. Like we need that to survive. So they came to the surface to fight us because we're killing them.
But if they gave us
So
some
we're
other
kind of the bad
form
guys in this one.
hydration,
They didn't need hydration. They're not evolved to handle that. This is just what this is just what they are.
All right.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Racist.
How's that racist? I'm worried about their skincare.
But their skin doesn't need that kind of care. That's why it's racist. Oh my God.
White guilt for this assignment, like how we're so oppressed or blah, blah, blah. If it doesn't fit the narrative that they want to push, then we knew we wouldn't get a good grade.
Space racism. Spacism.
What is this class and why are you taking it? I feel like the title of this
She
class
went to one of
would
those.
be-
She brought up gender. It's clear that she went to one of those
One of those
schools
colleges,
that has
yeah.
a fucking gender studies course and all this.
Yeah,
And the problem
yeah.
is, like, a lot of that is still very much opinion.
Yeah, it is.
Like, there is no, like, right and wrong answer to gender. It hasn't, like, they'll even admit it's a societal construct and it doesn't really have a definition yet.
yeah.
So an entire class studying it is you're studying a concept.
Yeah.
So there is no right or wrong answer to a lot of the questions. It's basically just them telling you the opinion you should have.
I don't know. I just feel like some classes you can tell by the title of it, it's gonna be dicey. This may or may not be for me. Kind of deal. Maybe that was just my approach in college.
Yeah, there's quite a few classes that are like that, and it's more common in
Like
more
liberal
common in
arts
like
or something
like
schools.
liberal arts colleges and shit, and it's more modern than anything. Like back in the day, we didn't have classes like that, but this is just kind of a newer thing where they throw these these politically motivated classes that are political but aren't outright politics classes. So it's not like you're taking political science.
Yeah.
Like, they're classes that are still very much steeped in politics, but they're disguising themselves as studies of other things.
Yeah, like there are certain African American studies classes I would never take.
I'll agree, gender studies is best conducted in the bedroom.
It is.
I'm a master of gender studies.
You have a master's, a
I have.
PhD in gender studies,
I do.
a pussy handling degree.
I do. I have a pussy handling degree. Damn! Nailed it. Night Fox.
And we
Good
wanted a
night.
good grade, but we would complain about that. Oh my goodness, someone normal who sees through this nonsense, right? So we would chat a lot, and then we got closer, and we started to hang out, and we would get coffee. Over time, our busy schedules kind of got in the way, so we didn't see each other for like a week or so. Now, you need to know this other girl. We'll get to that. We're gonna call her Alice, okay? Alice smoked a lot. You know how I feel about weed. If you want to smoke weed, okay. Like, Alice could smoke weed if she wants.
Stop it. Stop doing that.
Stop.
I hate that so much. I can tell the people who do that. Stop doing that.
I shouldn't
Just
go
be honest.
to a
No.
school function at my kid's school and smell.
No, I'm not
your-
talking about the people who
your-
smoke.
your
I'm talking
weed.
about her.
But anyway.
I'm talking about her. Stop doing that. It's very obvious you don't like weed. Say you don't like weed. You obviously have a negative opinion towards people who smoke it. Stop doing this. They always have to like preface it first because they don't want to get the smoke, because they don't want to
Exactly.
get the hate. So they just, I don't care if you smoke. Then why the fuck are you bringing it up?
Yeah,
Yes,
I
you do
care.
care. Shut the fuck up. I'll admit that I fucking care. There's a level of pothead that I'm not okay with.
Yeah.
Okay? I am not okay with it. And I think that it's toxic. I think it's killing your brain cells. I think if you reach the level where you have to smoke every fucking day to get through the fucking day, then you are an addict. No different from a fentanyl addict or cocaine addict. You are like, I think it's bad, and I think that you're a shit person and you need to get your fucking shit together. I am not going to enable and encourage that.
Yeah.
Just so that I don't have the wrong opinion.
If
Fuck
you.
you.
Can't get through a normal work shift without.
Fuck a normal work shift. If you can't get through a normal fucking day,
A day.
without drinking, without smoking, without doing a substance, you are a fucking addict. Fuck this smoke weed every day. Like, what's even worse if you're the kind of people who act like you're fucking proud of it? You got to put 420 behind every fucking screen name that you have. Call of Duty, you buy every weed-based skin Call of Duty puts out, that smoking weed is your identity. You have a problem. And yes, I have a problem with you.
Yeah.
I am not going to encourage that or champion it. So if I'm going to give my opinion about how negative I find weed, I'm not going to preface that with, if you want to smoke, fine, but this is how I feel about it. Then no. You are saying it's fine, and then you're going to follow it up by saying every reason it's not fine. This is the equivalent of walking into a room and going, I'm not racist, but, and then you're about to say the most racist shit ever.
Yeah.
Just own it. Just own that you're not okay with it. It's okay. Not everybody has to like weed. Not everybody has to encourage it. I would say that most of society would benefit from having the reminder that weed is not okay.
Yeah.
That like addiction to any substance isn't okay, and we shouldn't be encouraging or enabling addicts.
No, we should.
I have the same problem with alcohol.
Wants to smoke weed. I just personally,
Porn and weed are one and the same. If you enjoy it on your own, cool. No, they're not one and the
No,
same.
they're not.
Addiction is the same, but they're not. They don't have the same. They're not one and the same. You can have an addiction to porn and jerk off 8 times a day. That's still bad. That's still an addiction. The difference is you're not losing brain cells by jerking off. It's not going to like have the same physical effect on you that weed is. It's not going to impair you. It's not like some guy with a porn addiction jerked off 3 fucking times back to back and then got in a car and he was dangerous. He's fine. If you fucking smoked three blunts straight to the head and then got behind the wheel, you're intoxicated. You shouldn't fucking be driving. They're not the same.
I mean, I guess if he's trying to jerk off while driving, it would be.
Yes,
dangerous.
if you're doing it while driving, but the point is you can do weed before driving and it'll affect
Yeah.
your ability to drive.
Yeah.
They are the same in the form that they're an addiction and they can have a debilitating impact on your life, but their impact on your health is far different. They aren't the same.
Yeah.
hate the smell of weed. I can't handle it. If I have to be in close proximity with like the smell, I want to vomit. Like I think that's disgusting. That's the first thing I noticed about Alice is that she
And I feel the same. And that's why you should just admit that you don't like weed and you don't want it to be legal. I'll admit that I don't like weed, and I'm not going to say I don't think it should be legal, because we have things that are already legal that I don't like and don't want to be around. The difference is we have rules and regulations around those things that keep me from having to be around them. You can't smoke in most buildings or within certain areas around most buildings. Drinking doesn't affect me if the other person does it, as long as I'm not around them. But secondhand smoke, the smell, blah, 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 blah.
Driving affects you if you get into an accident with a person who's been drinking.
No, I'm talking about just like living my daily life next to this person.
Yeah,
it's
I
going
get
to affect me. Like, if our neighbors started chain smoking cigarettes in their apartment the way that my dad used to do it when I was a kid,
It's going to
because yes, my dad
events.
would chain smoke in that trailer, and I remember like getting up at night to go to the bathroom or something, and Dad hadn't gone to bed yet, and I gotta like crawl under this little fucking cloud of smoke to get past the living room, because Dad would wait until we went to bed to start smoking, but he would make up for all that lost time by
So
chain
basically,
smoking.
you have to act like your house is on fire.
Yeah, so I gotta.
crawl.
I'm crawling, and he's like, "What are you doing up, son?" Like, "I go to the bathroom." He's like, "Ugh," and he'd be so annoyed by it.
Weed smoke does.
But if someone started smoking in their apartment next door, it would come through our vents. Like, we would have to smell it. It would affect us, and we could not avoid it.
Oddly
If they
enough,
drink in their apartment, I don't give a fuck.
the smell of weed has worse effects on me.
Yes,
than
because the
cigarette
smell
smoke.
of weed is so much fucking stronger.
Yeah,
The last
like-
thing that I want is to fucking... Really? The last thing that I want is for them to make weed legal and not regulate where you can smoke it, so that every time I open my apartment door or I go outside, I just smell weed all the fucking time. I hate the smell of it. If I smell it for too long, for me, it's like smelling ammonia. It's going to trigger a migraine. It's just like smells trigger migraines for me. I can't be around strong smells. And when I got to smell it all the fucking time,
for me, it makes my heart murmur.
like at this point, I think they should
Have
make
a
it legal,
issue.
because it's illegal now, but it's not enforced, which means people are just smoking it everywhere, unregulated, and I smell it all the fucking time. If you make it legal, then it'll give them a reason to enforce it again, because now you can say, well, it's legal, but you can't smoke it here, and you can't smoke it here, and you can't smoke it here, which would be fine. And then I wouldn't have to smell it everywhere, just like it is with smoking. We can't smoke it in front of a business. You can't smoke it within this much of a public business or restaurant. You have to go to designated areas. People can't smoke indoors. People don't smoke in restaurants anymore. People aren't smoking right out front of the door of a restaurant or a Target most of the time. Like, people seem to understand this with cigarette smoking, and they're respectful. I think we need to get to that point with weed.
Like for me, even if someone smokes it and then like it's getting hot, we live in the South. If someone smokes a lot of weed and then they sweat, I can smell it and it starts making me feel bad. It starts making me feel sick.
Yeah, it comes through their skin.
My breathing is impaired. Like I cannot be next to them.
Doing a $1.20 dick in hand. What's good? Yeah, if people talked about their porn addiction the way they talk about weed. Shit, I did a double load today. I did a double load watching a DP scene. What's good? What's good? Yeah, people bragged about their porn addiction the way they brag about weed. Oh my God, there's a good skit. Man, I had an interracial hardcore before I went to work today, son. You wake and bake? Shit, I wake and blonde, baby. Ah!
Blonde, really? Oh.
Oh my God. Yeah, I don't think a relationship with a pothead would last for you.
No.
I find it annoying when someone is that addicted to. Yeah, like for me, like addicted to anything. Like
Yeah.
I couldn't be with someone that's addicted to anything.
Yeah.
I guess the last quote unquote girlfriend we had, she was more of a friend with benefits. That girl could not make it through the day without getting drunk. Like, she's drunk by lunchtime.
Oh.
Like, she'd be sober for the first 4 to 5 hours of the day, and then she'd get her lunch break at work, and couldn't wait until the end of the day to get drunk. She'd get drunk on her lunch break, and then she's drinking again after work, and she is drunk from lunch break until the end of the fucking day.
You could smell the alcohol.
You could smell it coming through
out
her.
of her pores.
Yeah, you could smell it. She was constantly sweating, and she'd be constantly drunk. Her eyes are glazed. She's constantly like sweating and stuff. And we put up with it for as long as we could because being very drunk made her very horny, and she was a freak.
Yeah.
It made her better in bed. I remember the one time we had sex with her sober, and it was boring as fuck. And I was like, fuck it, let her drink. And I was like, look, I can't do this. I'm getting bored. Fine, we'll buy you a bottle of wine. But that relationship ended when one day, like, good sex wasn't enough to keep her around. And we finally, like, tried to get her the help that she needed and trying to be like, why don't you, like, we did it a nice way. We were like, why don't we wait to drink until the weekend? Or why don't we only have one drink tonight? And we tried to regulate
we don't drink like that.
And when she was sober, she'd be receptive to the conversation and would understand that everything we were saying was true. She acknowledged she had a problem and that she should get help, and she'd try to cut back and she'd try to listen to us. And then as soon as she got drunk, it would make her want to drink more, and she would crash out on us and be like, you guys are wrong.
You don't know what you're talking about.
I can't do it. It was like she was bipolar. There was sober her and drunk her were two different people.
It was adversely affecting things in her life. Like, she's talking about wanting to get her
She
kids
could not
back
keep a
and
job.
shit.
She
Like,
could not. Every couple,
Yeah.
every 6 months, she's changing jobs because she would get fired for the same reason, being drunk on the job.
Yeah.
It was every single job. She would just go through job after job. Every 6 months, she changes jobs. And then she'd get a new job, and she'd get away with it for as long as she could at that new job. And then eventually they would catch on to the fact that she's drunk at work and that she can't stop herself, and they can't put up with it in any longer. And she'd get warnings. They'd call her into the office. Like, it's the same process over and over again. They'd call her into the office and confront her about it and be like, are you drinking on the job? Blah, blah. Well, can you not? Oh, you drink on your lunch? Well, can you not drink on your lunch break? Yeah, well, can you not come back to work drunk?
The least we ask is that you not go on your lunch break and get drunk.
Curb stomp. Bam.
Ew. But, yeah.
Yeah, this is the game made by the guy that crashed out on me on Twitter.
That guy.
One of the most masculine, over-the-top masculine games ever, and he cried because if you guys haven't seen Cliffy B, creator of Gears of War, quote tweeted me to crash out because I basically just made a joke that he couldn't. Yeah. And you know what? I thought he could take a joke because he doesn't make games anymore. Now he fancies himself a stand-up comic.
He's bad at it.
Yeah, and he's bad at comedy and cannot take a joke. He's the biggest crybaby. Go check it. Dude is a legend. I would argue that he's the Steve Jobs kind of legend because everybody gives Steve Jobs the credit for making the iPhone, and Dave Chappelle and a bunch of comedians have made jokes about it. Steve Jobs didn't invent a goddamn thing. He walked into a room full of people who were actually knowledgeable and talented and told them to make a thing.
He did who was it, Edison?
Cliffy B is the same way. He walked into a room. He walked into a room filled with talented devs and gave them a bunch of ideas and said, "Make it happen." Yeah, Bill Burr has a whole skit on it, and as proof of this, which is what I reminded him of in my tweet that he quoted, and it hurt his fifis, is that you're just the ideas guy. You can't do this on your own. You thought you could. You made your own company. You left Microsoft to do it on your own. And literally every game you made under that company, all three of them, failed miserably and you went bankrupt. Your company went bankrupt.
Isn't that basically Elon Musk as well?
No, because Elon Musk companies haven't gone bankrupt.
I mean, I'm not.
Oh, as far as being the idea guy,
I'm talking about walking into the room and going, "Hey."
Yeah, but even Elon Musk has business sense. He starts a new company and they don't go bankrupt. So even he knows how to run the business. He doesn't think he can build a Tesla by himself. Yeah. He understands he needs people for it. Yeah, Cliffy B thinks he can build this shit by himself. He cannot. No. That's my point. Yeah. He's not the talent. He's just the guy in charge of the talent. Yeah.
Like, it's okay to be the idea
and
guy.
He forgot
it's
that.
It's not a bad thing.
He forgot that. Yeah. I reminded him of it, and he crashed out. And it was pretty epic. So go check out that tweet. I think I showed it on stream last night. But yeah, go check it out. It's pretty It is pretty wild. I didn't realize. And the worst part is, like, I like the guy. That's why I followed him on Twitter. I used to be a fan of him too. He was a legend. I used to feel the same way. Like, this guy's a legend. I thought he was smarter than this. And I damn sure didn't think he was this sensitive. Now I realize all of the ideas in Gears of War were overcompensation. He has small dick energy. Yes.
Things
Jesus
make
Christ.
more
Look at how
sense
masculine
now.
this game is.
Yeah. It's one
My
of those,
gun has a fucking chainsaw on it.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you go back and you see it through new eyes.
Yeah, and it's like,
oh,
yeah,
that's what
I
this
got
was.
it. I got
okay,
it.
never mind.
All right, anyway, back to this.
She smoked constantly. Her eyes were always red. I guess like the weed made her eyes red. She was always like smoking, always smelled like weed, and she started to do other drugs as well. So this was not an
But weed's not a gateway drug. It's not a gateway drug. It's not a gateway drug. But weed's not a gateway drug. 9 out of 10 people I know who smoke weed every day and are that, smoke weed every day. Eventually, it takes too much weed to get them high, and they have to graduate to something better, because that's how the human body works. You develop a tolerance. Either you have to do copious amounts of weed, or you finally are like, the amount of weed I have to buy to get high again costs too much. But this one fentanyl pill only cost me 15. And now you get, for economic reasons, you have shifted.
And the thought of not being high is
Yeah,
just
and you can't
impossible.
handle being sober.
Once again, addiction.
Yeah.
So yeah.
individual I felt like I had a lot in common with. But Kayla wanted to talk to Alice about this assignment, so we all got together during lunch and we were talking about it. And I noticed that she's just like being kind of friendly but a little bit uncomfortable, but this was for class. So I was like, okay, I guess I'll just sit here, waiting for Kayla to like leave to go hang out. So anyways, I'm sitting there and they're chatting, and then we get up and we go and we say our goodbyes, and I'm with Kayla. Kayla goes, oh, she's so annoying. She's super woke. She wants to do this assignment about like modern day feminists, and she's like always talking about how we're oppressed and the patriarchy and blah, blah, blah. And like every single point she was very extreme on. I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh, that sucks. But when you're done with the assignment, you don't have to talk to her. So that happened. And then the next time we hang out, I noticed that she's with Alice. So I'm looking like, this assignment is over. Like, the assignment was a long time ago. Are you guys friends now?
That's a girl shit. That's a girl thing.
Yeah, guys don't have these kind of discussions about politics. Like, ours are much different.
Well, no, the whole she's so annoying comment. I warn our girls about it all the time. Like, don't fall into this trap. It's a trap.
It's a trap.
Don't do it.
Oh no, keep going. I want to.
I
want to know.
Don't understand why
I want to know
trap?
more about how bitches work.
Do you not understand how that's a trap?
I want to know more about the inner workings of bitches. This is the kind of stuff that like Andrew Tate will try to sell you. But
God,
here we
he
go.
doesn't
Let's
know
get firsthand
goddamn
experience here.
shit. But anyway,
Tell me how bitches work.
So anytime if you're a female and you are with other females, and then when they leave, if the female you're with says, oh my God, I can't stand her, or she's so annoying, or something disparaging about the person who just left, keep your mouth shut and go, just be very non-committal. Walk away and then put some distance between yourself.
I mean, what does that
and
mean? Why do
person.
they say that?
Because
like break it down for us is what I'm getting at.
It's all a drama trap. Okay? In the end, what's going to happen is what she's about to say. They are now...
Wait. What is she about to say?
So, now, all of a sudden, the girl who just said that
A dude will
she
just
couldn't
call
stand
you
the girl
gay. Yeah.
and go on with life, right? I know that's why I like hanging out with dudes better. I'm just like,
Yeah, it's a lot less bullshit.
It's a lot less... Yeah.
They don't play the mind games like a dude will just...
I can't do it.
A dude will tell you to shut the fuck up or be like, stop being fucking gay, dude.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
I'm just like, I
we
can't
don't
do
have
it.
time for
I
the
can't do it.
bullshit.
Like, as soon as you do that shit, I write you off. Like, I count you as someone who will always just be an acquaintance. I am never going to take you within my confidence, because that shows me what you are. You are not someone I can trust. As soon as I leave, you're going to talk badly about me. And so what she's about to say is, all of a sudden now, her and the other girl are going to start hanging out, and you're going to think to yourself like, well, I thought they couldn't stand, I thought she couldn't stand her or whatever. it's all drama. It's all mind game shit. And the minute that you see that girl is like that, you distance yourself. Don't get involved. Just don't. Walk away. Be done with it.
Is it broken? Oh, okay.
Yep, it's working.
Just took a minute for it to end. All right. Well, let's see if you're right. What's she about to say?
Okay.
How do I have the most kills in the entire game? What is happening right now?
You know what? No, but she just wants to talk to me. Like, she's so annoying. She's so annoying. Trust me, I get it because I hear the kinds of things that Alice says and I don't agree with most of it. But the great thing is that you don't have to be friends with her. You don't have to get lunch with her. You don't have to do that. And she's like, yeah, well, I don't know. I can't really say no. I'm like, why? Is straight up lying to that person's face and they're pretending that they like them and that they want to hang out with them. What is that? Because that's a fake friend right there.
So what you're saying is the stereotypes about women are true.
This is why I have trouble
No,
when it comes to
but
us
I
talking
can.
to
But
other
that's
women.
but that's misogynistic.
Fuck that shit.
If I say that shit online, I'm being misogynistic.
No,
It's not true.
This is why I don't like y'all. This is why I have no patience for y'all.
Sorry, I didn't mean to make her crash out. Go ahead.
This is why I have no patience when we
But what is a woman?
a bitch who gets on your nerves. I cannot. I do not have the patience for it. I don't play games. When you met me, his mind was goddamn blown that I said what I said. I mean what I mean. Don't fuck with me.
When she says my mind was blown, what she means is my dick got hard. Oh my God! There's nothing to make me more attracted to a woman than one that like doesn't waste my time with the bullshit, that I can just talk normally
that just
to.
says what's on her mind.
Yep, that I
and
can just talk normally
do
to.
This shit.
That I don't
Stop
have
with the manipulation.
that like every time they talk, I don't have to do the meme of, what do you mean by that? No, I know what she meant. She said what she meant. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. Sanity restored.
And it will piss me
And
off so
once
much.
my dick can't get hard if I think I'm crazy. Sanity restored, dick hard.
Can't get hard
Let's
if
go
I
to the
think I'm
bedroom.
crazy.
Yes. Yes.
I cannot do it. And right now, your daughter's having issues with that. And I'm trying to tell her, like, look, you are going on to middle school. This is the time where that shit is
The
right.
female penis is a sight to behold. They're called fupas.
Really.
It has a name.
It has a
It
name.
has
That's
a
the
name.
name.
It's called a fupa. Don't
But-
Google it.
I'm not. Safe search off. But she is going through this right now where she has these fucking hangers on because she's popular. And I'm like, don't fall into
Sorry,
the
you
trap.
said hangers. I thought something. Never mind.
Really. But I'm like, don't fall into the trap. These people are not your friends. They are using you. And what will happen is they will do this shit. They will do this fucking, like, you are a murderer. You
What?
are slowly murdering me by wasting my goddamn time with your games. Okay, bitch? I do not have the patience for this. I cannot. But anyway, I'm sorry. Go on.
Okay.
Go on.
Yeah.
Go on.
Did you get it out of your system?
Nope, but go
No.
on.
Okay.
Go on.
I did not like this behavior. And over time, it got worse and worse. Would finish hanging out with Alice, come to me and say, oh, Alice is so annoying. And eventually I was like, hey girl, okay, this is actually really bothering me. I don't care about her. And also, you're being fake. And she got really offended. It's really uncomfortable to say no. Like, you just don't get it. Like, whatever. You don't know her. I'm like, and I don't want to know her, and it's my right, and I don't have to be friends with her. And you don't have to be friends with her either. So either you actually enjoy her company, which is fine, but for some reason you feel like you have to tell me that you hate her, or you don't like her and you're just hanging out with her and you're being super fake with her. Unless she's telling her to her face that, oh, I hate you, which I doubt. Fast forward a little bit, it's Kayla's birthday and she invites me and Alice. She's like, hey, so I know you don't like Alice. I don't like Alice. You're the one who...
I'm gonna really need you to
See?
help me follow this because my eyes are glazing over.
See, Okay, so this
She's-
is what
she's-
this
she's-
is what this bitch did.
This is hard to follow.
I
and
know
it's-
it is.
This is
I know
this
it is for you guys.
This is regular woman talk because she's not just saying it outright.
I know.
It's
I
just
know.
too much detail that we don't need.
She thinks
Yeah.
that what she's saying is making sense, but it ain't making sense to y'all.
Yeah.
Because y'all
I
are a
need
little
you
more
to-
simple.
I
with
need a
that.
woman translator right now.
Okay, so basically, this other girl did exactly what I said she was going to do. Every time you get together with her, she's going to talk. Yes, catty as fuck. But anyway, she is going to talk about the other girl. She is going to talk about how annoying. Yes, it's this middle school bullshit.
Teenage kid
How
bullshit, yeah.
annoying the other girl is. How blah 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 blah.
This-
I can't
this is
stand
why-
her.
this
and
is-
she's trying to get you to co-sign.
This is why you got the ring and the white women I dated didn't, because I come home from work or I get done with school or whatever and I go meet them and I ask them how their day was and it's fucking 30 minutes of this shit
No.
where they say nothing.
I'm going to tell you exactly how my day was, and I'm probably not gonna be very nice about it. But it will be the truth, and it will be
Short
easy
and
to follow.
like no, it's just short and concise. I don't need to know every breath of the conversation like she's doing. Where and then I did this, and then Stacy said this,
It's a
and then we
girl
went here,
thing.
and then she did this,
We
and then Stacy
get
did this, and then I was like, oh my
bogged
god,
down.
and then I got to go and listen to Stacy do this when all she had to do was do this, and I'm like, what happened, bitch? Just tell me what happened. I don't need to know what you guys had for lunch. And we sat there and we had a salad. I didn't want the salad, but oh gosh, Stacy had to have the salad, and she had to rub it in her face that she's the one that ate the salad. Oh, that she's better than this bitch thinks she's better than me. Just Dad, what happened?
Who's Sarah Kaya comes in? That's what that's like. But
What?
But so basically, the other girl, every time she got together with her, she would talk about the other bitch in a disparaging manner.
Dude.
And even though she didn't really say much of anything, that's why she was doing it. She was trying to get her to co-sign with her. She wanted her to help her buy that car. Okay?
Yeah, I get it. I'm just like, why do you have to talk in such a confusing manner? Like all the unnecessary
I get
detail
it.
and
I
dumb
get
shit.
it. I get it.
It's just when I ask you something, I get, okay, what the fuck ever, dude. It's just when I ask you something, and you're right, this is more common with ethnic
white.
women than it is with white women, is they tend to just
Yeah.
give you a direct answer.
Yeah.
They don't like try to they don't try to bullshit it, or they don't get all involved in their feelings. They just give you a direct answer.
Yeah. But and so then later on, she'll act like this girl will act like that she's the one that didn't like the other bitch. Like, I know you don't like her, but because that's what she's about to say.
It's that mean girl shit.
Yeah, it's that mean girl shit. It's that shit that I immediately shut down and go, this lets me know what kind of person you are. You are a waste of my time. Get away from me.
Okay.
There you go.
Thank you for the translation.
You're welcome.
Wait, okay. She's like, I know you don't like Alice, but can you just not like say anything offensive? Because I know like we both agree.
I feel like this is the conversation. Oh my god, dude! One of the last conversations I had with my dad before we moved away and haven't talked to them.
This is why I can't say your family.
This is. He only does this when it comes to my brother. Like my dad does this shit. It's like he clearly has a favorite child. He doesn't even try to hide it. Our grandpa died, and me and my little brother had a bit of a run-in at the hospital the night he died, because he's in the hospital. And I walked outside after they pronounced him dead, died of a heart attack. My brother showed up late, and we got into it because as he's walking up to the building, me and my brother haven't been on the best terms for years, but I figured set your bullshit aside during, like this ain't the time for that. So I try to immediately make that known as he's walking up to the hospital. I was going to be the one to kind of prepare him for what he's about to walk into. So I hold my arms open.
I was on the phone.
I'm going to give him I was on the phone with her at the time. I hold my arms open. I'm going to give him a hug and be like, let's go. Like they just pronounced him dead. I'm letting you know what you're walking into. He didn't make it. Like, I know it's an emotional time, so I'm trying to go ahead and ease those emotions. And instead of giving me a hug, he did that shoulder bump thing as he walks past me. And I was like, really? And he's like, yeah, really, bitch. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, it was completely uncalled for. No reason for it whatsoever. And I follow him in, and my dad can see the look on my face, and I'm pissed off. So dad stops me and takes me outside and has to talk to me about how I should act. Like, didn't even ask what happened, just assumed I had done wrong. The next day, when we were getting ready to go to the wake so we can see the body and, and then the funeral's going to be the next day, my dad stops me, which is exactly going back to what she said. I'll rewind it so you can hear what she said compared to what my dad said and tell me it doesn't sound like bitch behavior. Dad stops me. So we're dressed up, we're getting ready to go to the wake, and he's like, hey, can you not say anything to your brother? Can you two not get into it? I was like, as long as he don't say nothing to me, I ain't going to say nothing to him. And he's like, yeah, well, can you not, just don't do anything to provoke him. I was like, what do you mean? Like what? He's like, well, like the faces you make. I was like, don't have a reaction?
Make your face better.
Like, dude, if he says something off the wall and I bite my tongue, I can't help if I make a face. I need you not to provoke. Oh my God, how is it all my fault? How is it all on me? How is this all on me? Why are we not having a conversation with him ever?
Dude.
Yeah, but she's about to say that where it's like, control your feelings because the other person's too emotional.
Do you
I
not
hate that
recall
shit.
what I said to you about your dad months prior to that? When I came back in and I said to you, your dad just did some mean girl shit to me. Like, literally went behind his back and talked badly about him like he was a fucking 14-year-old girl.
That was when I learned that, like, my dad's probably been doing this. I'm not trying to make this about my family, but that's when I learned my dad has probably been doing this to all my girlfriends my entire life, is he pulls my wife off to the side, not realizing how long we'd been together. I dated her for 3 years before I introduced her to my family. Like, we were already engaged to be married and they didn't even know it. Like, they didn't know how serious the relationship was because I knew that they weren't ready for the relationship. My parents are racist. All right, I'll just say it. So I waited to know, like, is this serious? Because if this ain't serious, then there's no need to introduce you to my family and have to deal with that. Yeah. I waited until I knew this was what I'm doing with the rest of my life before I introduced them.
So I didn't know this man for very long.
I introduced them, bring her to the house. It's time to make it official. He pulls my wife off to the side to talk shit about me to my wife, to my soon-to-be wife, not realizing she already knows better.
And it was very, like, basic mean girl shit.
Yeah, and it's all like, yeah, there's
shit.
no hint of reality to any of it. It was just shit talking. It wasn't like I'd done something that you need to know about or I had some dark secret to hide. It was just a, you can do better. It was just that kind of bullshit. And that made me realize, like, if he's doing that to you, because you're the first girl to tell me this. And then I thought back through high school and college, and I was like, every girl I brought home, the relationship didn't last long after I brought them home. I thought they just didn't like my family. I thought my family had scared them off. And I was right. My family did scare them off, but not for the reasons I thought. So, anyway, sorry for the side tangent. But, yeah, my dad had been doing that mean girl shit. And that's one of the reasons I have the fucking, like, view of it that I, oh, my God. The view of it that I have, yeah, like, right as I go to shoot.
Yep.
God damn it.
But can you just not, like, say anything offensive? Because I know, like, we both agree that all this woke stuff is crazy, but Alice...
Yeah, can you not just say something offensive? So can you not have an opinion and share it with people? Yeah, like they do that. Like, can you not make a face? I'm like, so can I not have a reaction to something? Yeah, like, just say what you mean. Just say what you mean.
But and the other girl's the one that's been doing all the shit.
And the other girl is the one that's
she's just
she's the one that's triggering all of those responses, but it's your fault if you have a reaction to it. Yeah, oh God, I hate that so much.
Yeah.
I mean, she's very progressive, you know, even though she's super annoying. Just don't say anything.
There's an excuse for all of her behavior and none for yours.
Crazy at this party. Wait, what are you talking about right now? I believe that you're actually friends with Alice now because you've been hanging out and you're inviting her to your birthday, like a birthday dinner.
Why do girls do that? I can't understand that.
It's
Why do they care who their friends are friends with?
This is why our child's having the trouble she's having now.
Yeah, like, why do they care? Like, I'm not going up to my friends and being like, you're friend with John? Why? Why are you friends with John? I don't care who he's friends with, as long as it doesn't affect me. The only time I would say a guy should care about that is like the problem with Ethan Klein and iDubbbz, where my friend is friends with the people who are trying to get my children taken away.
Who are actively working
now
against
I can
me.
be like, you can't be friends with them and be friends with me because they're trying to take my children away. If you're cool with that, I'm not cool with you. I feel like that, like, it's justified. Something extreme has to happen for a guy to reach that point where girls are just like, ooh, you're friends with Kelly? Fucking Kelly. Why can't I be friends with Kelly? Have you met Kelly? Yeah, like, you don't have a real reason. I just can't be friends with people you don't like. Okay. That's so dumb. Sound like Pops needs to get some pussy and worry about it himself.
According to him, he's not getting enough.
Yeah, he also openly talks with my wife about how he's not getting his needs met at home, which is weird. I don't know why you're having that conversation with my girlfriends. Like, they give a fuck.
No. So inappropriate.
Okay. Like, what, are you hoping one of my girlfriends is going to give you some? This is weird. What are you doing?
No.
Stop it.
No.
Yeah, there's a reason we don't talk to my family anymore.
Yeah.
There's many
Many
reasons, not just one. It's not just the racism. That's a part of it. It's not just that. We could probably, honestly, we could probably ignore the racism. We're used to it. It's the, okay.
Other shit.
It's all the other shit on top of it. But anyway.
They wanted to go for drinks and whatever. That's great. How about you guys just go? Because again, we were not besties. We did hang out periodically and we would talk about school and all these things. But I was like, you know what? How about you just go?
Guys don't do that either. We don't have a friend tier list. Well, this one's my bestie. This one's my BFF. This one, yeah, like, we don't have that. We're just, are you friends with him? Yeah, he's my friend. We hang out sometimes. Oh, cool.
Oh, okay.
That's it. Like that's the extent of it.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, we hang out. We're friends. Like, we don't have a, this is my BFF. It's, we're going to hang out with the boys. Everyone in the group is of equal quality. Like, that's it. It's just the boys.
There you go.
If Alice is sitting there and doing her usual, oh, I hate white people, I'm not gonna be like, yeah, oh, that's great. No, I'm sorry. Really what it comes down to is, why do I have to censor myself? Why do I have to silence myself about my political beliefs? And then Alice can talk about all of her beliefs, and that's fine. And I can choose my friends, and I don't want to be friends with someone that I have to censor myself around, especially because
This chick is making you hate white people. See, it's the way she's telling the story, though. You understand? She's the one in the right here. You're
She
listening.
is.
You're
Yeah.
listening to the sane one in the group. This one's the sane one. She's not wrong. She's just really bad at telling this story. She's having a problem, like, getting her emotions into words. So she's over explaining shit, and like, she's having a problem with it. But she's not wrong. She's just over explaining. Oh my God. Jesus Christ, the way this guy. Oh my. So annoying.
God.
Oh, okay.
she would tell me that she believes what I believe. We would talk about like Pride Month, for example, and how crazy the parades were getting because they were advertised as family friendly. And
I get it. As a guy, what she's saying is hard to follow because she's over explaining. Why say many word when few word do trick? Yeah, she's rambling and she's doing that thing where she's not taking breaths and slowing down so that she can formulate this thought into this thought. It's just all thoughts are combined into one sentence.
Can I
so
tell
it's just
you?
all the thoughts are back to back to back to back. I just shot the wrong one.
But I already know where
What?
this story is going.
Yeah, I mean,
do.
I know where it's going
Yeah.
too, but I'm just saying most guys that are watching probably are like annoyed with her because
Yeah.
they're not following what she's saying. Like they have no idea where we are in the story
Yeah.
because her story's been all
It's
over the
rambly
place.
and yeah.
Yeah. She's telling every little detail when you only needed one example of Kelly's behavior to
Yeah.
establish who Kelly is, and then you can move on to the final point. But she's giving you 8 different examples, and now she's going to the final point, and you don't realize she's actually trying to make a point now. You think
Yeah.
she's just going on to another example. She's rambling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
then suddenly, when we have Alice, who is always talking about this is just really important for half-naked men and women to be prancing around the street like this, then I have to be quiet. You have to
It's the jump cuts. She's cutting out. She is taking those pauses, but she's cutting the pauses out.
Yeah.
So all of her sentences are run on together. There's nothing wrong with jump cuts if you're trying to like get a bunch of points across, but you have to leave some dead air in between those sentences so they're not just completely run on together, and then it's another thought, and then it's another thought, and then it's another, and then it's another, and then it's another, and then it's another, and then it's another. Yeah, like you gotta slow it down a little bit. You have to leave some pause there. You can do that rapid fire to show like some points in editing really, but that can't be the entirety of the video. Otherwise, it is hard to follow, and people have to slow you down. That might be what we do. We might slow this video down to like 0.75 speed. Might just slow her down to make this easier for you guys to follow.
Yeah.
Halfway through her story, I just let out an expansive, shut the fuck up. Yeah, because you're not listening anymore.
Yeah.
She's right, and now you're the asshole.
Yep.
She's right, but her story's hard, but her method of storytelling is bad. I might slow her down. In fact, let's try that. I'm going to slow her down to 0.75 speed. Oh, it only goes, 0.75. Let's see if this makes it a little easier for you guys to follow. I'm like listening to an Adderall. Yeah, it's like listening. It's like listening to a child who's really into a thing, and they're so excited about the thing they want to tell you about, but they can't formulate a coherent thought. Hey, have you played Five Nights at Freddy's? At Five Nights at Freddy's, there's Chica, and then there's Fox, and then there's and then get real scary, and then they'll come out of the, and then they'll be at the door to the room, and then they'll get. But if you don't shut the door, then they'll give you, and it's scary. Yeah, it's fucking that. Yeah, it's fucking that.
And I'm like,
everything that kid said was true, but you couldn't care less.
No.
Yeah. All right, here we go. I slowed her down. Let's see if this makes it easier.
To be quiet, and we just have to let Alice talk. What is that?
Is this better? Is this working for you?
It kind of is.
So yes, politics were an issue here, but it comes down to fakeness. If you're gonna, what, are you on the right when it comes to certain groups of people and then you become a leftist when you're around other people? I hate that. Some things you can agree with on the left and on the right or whatever. But she completely changes her personality around certain people based on what she can gain out of it.
It sounds like she's a normal human being now.
Yes.
Glad I could fix it. Yeah. Thank you, YouTube. And yes, there's a word for what she just said. That's chameleon. Yeah. Those people who they adapt their personality to whatever group they're hanging around. Mm-hmm. It's super easy to do when it's super easy to do it when guys notice because they do the most base level version of it. Yeah. Because I had friends that were like that, and they were usually the black friends. Yeah. You could tell it because they'll talk normally around me, and I can tell that this is how they talk all the time, but they'll get around certain other groups of black people, and all of a sudden their vocabulary is going to change. Yep. They'll start using the N-word like a punctuation mark, and they'll start saying, nah, mean, after everything they say, and I'm like, you never talk like this. On and off, you never talk like this. What are you doing? And he was like, man, you gotta speak the lingo, man.
It's a black man thing.
You gotta speak the lingo, man.
It's a black man thing.
Just speaking their language.
Yeah. I don't run into many black women who do it.
Same with white dudes walking into a group of black people. Some white dudes. Those are white dudes who don't know how to talk to black people. Yeah. And most black people find that offensive, even if they don't call it out. Yeah. I don't do that. I hang out with black people all the time, and I just talk like a normal fucking person. I might downplay the southern accent a bit because when they hear the accent they hear racism. Does trigger people. Yeah, they hear racism. Like a black dude who don't know me, if he hears me talking all country, hey, how's it going, boy? And I said, well, now I sound racist even though I'm not, so I gotta downplay. Use boy with any even if I say son, son, or if I use any southern euphemisms in front of a black guy I don't know, he's just gonna automatically assume I'm racist.
Do you recall what happened with your dad when he referred to you as boy to me? It did not go over well.
Look, well into my 30s, my dad would still just introduce me to people. If you want the difference between how he introduces,
this is the boy.
He introduces my brother by his name, but then we'll run into one of his old friends or something at Walmart, and he's like, how you doing, John? John, this is the boy. I'm 32, by the way. I'm 32. Hi. The boy.
The boy. Yeah, he did it in front of me. It did not go over well.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, we'll let her go.
She wants to be friends with Alice. She's one person. She wants to be friends with me. She's another person. If you want to be friends with Alice and you feel like I am a danger to bring to your birthday dinner because I am the only one, well, except for you, that kind of isn't really far left, then you know what? With all respect, girlie, don't feel bad. I don't have to go. Like, happy birthday. I'll get you a gift. We can hang out later. I try to be as nice as possible, and I was just talking to her about it, and she's like,
Unfortunately, that doesn't work. That never
No,
works
it
in those groups ever. If you're nice, you get walked on.
Yep.
You gotta be a bitch.
That's
You
what I
gotta
was
be a
telling our
bitch.
child today. Sometimes you gotta be mean.
You gotta be a bitch. If she says that you can't go because of Kelly, then be a bitch. Fuck Kelly.
Kelly, fuck you.
And fuck you too. If you tell me I can't go, what? Kelly more important to me? Start calling the shit out for what it is. Oh, so I can't go because Kelly's going? Oh, so you like Kelly more than me? Fuck you and fuck
Yes.
Kelly.
Fuck
Save
your
yourself a
birthday
lot
party,
of time
too.
and headache. Just
There you go.
put her in her place,
Yep.
walk away.
Walk
Drop the
away.
mic, walk away.
Yep.
Drop-
Be done with that shit.
That's what guys do. Fuck you and fuck Michael.
Yep.
Bitch ass motherfucker. Bitch, yeah. Just talk your shit, walk away.
Walk away. Yep.
I don't understand your problem. You know how it is? Like, why do we have to make people upset? It's not about making people upset. You're asking me to completely silence myself, to always censor myself, and then act.
Don't silence female voices. Don't silence them.
Please silence them if they talk like that. Oh God.
Jesus.
Like you're not behaving like a chameleon and completely changing
She-
who you
she
are.
got there.
I
She got
don't
there,
like
yeah.
that. If there's one thing I
took the
really
long way
dislike,
around, but she got there.
hate even.
That's what I was talking about. Just over explaining when all you had to do, like, you gave 4 examples of it when we got it on the first one.
Yeah.
She got there, though. She eventually just got to saying it.
One
It
to
took her a
two.
minute. It took her a
One
minute.
to 2 examples is usually all you need. But yeah.
Is fakeness. I don't hate you. I'm not sure why you do that. I hope you can learn to be yourself no matter who's around. But I hate the fakeness. So anyways, that's what I said, and she started screaming at me. Meanwhile, we are at a cafe. People
Because truth hurts.
Yeah. Someone did not learn how to deal
What?
with rejection well in childhood, apparently.
Dude, I'm tripping off the 25% thing. You want me to put her back at normal speed? Are you guys locked in? Are you going to be able to follow? Because if you're not locked in and you're going to casually listen like I'm doing, this is helping. But if you want me to put it back at normal speed, I will. I will.
I find it funny how,
Oh no! I'm amazed at how well
How
this
well
is
it works.
working. Yeah,
like, I find it so funny
Amazing,
that
isn't it?
I am following 100%. And
this is the importance of proper communication.
Yes.
And look, I'll acknowledge it. I know y'all have been very kind. I know you've heard it, and no one's called it out. No one's been an asshole about it, and I appreciate that. I'll acknowledge it. Proper communication is important. I get I have a stutter. I get that. Some words I find hard to get to go from here out to here. So you'll hear me struggle with them, and then I quickly try to just find an alternative word instead of forcing myself to get it out. I will then find another word.
yeah,
It's something I've struggled with my entire life, and I appreciate your patience. I'm trying to get better.
thesaurus.
But
bitch.
there is no,
Yeah.
but there is no fucking button I can press to make the stutter go away. There is a button I can press to slow her down so we can understand.
Yeah.
So I'm happy I could help. Literally did not notice because you speak like a human with normal cadence. I just did it right there. Yeah, see,
Yeah.
it's something that I'm very aware of, and it's usually because I gotta slow down. Speaking of slowing her down, I gotta slow down because the problem is I forgot to switch my shotgun. Because the problem is this is moving faster than this can, and I'm having trouble catching this up to this, and that's where the disconnect is.
Yeah.
Because I get worked up, and I've got more thoughts up here than I can get out of here, and I'm trying to just get them out, and I gotta remember to slow down, and it's hard when I get worked up, but I'm glad that people understand and are at least not being assholes about it. ADHD or something? Possible. I don't know if they've. Oh my God, you revived me and I didn't know. I'm sorry. I could have revived him too. I wasn't looking. I looked over at chat because I thought I was dead. Oh my God. And then I saw my
Worst
person got up.
teammate ever.
Yeah, you revived me and I didn't notice. Usually I'm not down long enough to be revived. They just like insta kill me after I go
Yeah.
down. And they picked me up, and there was a dude down next to me. I could have got him too, and I didn't. Yes, I was a shitty teammate there, and I'll admit it.
I always call you a shitty teammate. It's okay.
Whatever. Anyway, it could be ADHD. I'm pretty sure I have it. I've never actually been to it. I've never even fucking asked a doctor about it, and I probably should. There's a
have
reason
it,
I
and my
don't. There's
best friend
a
have
reason
it.
I don't. So there have been 2 creators that I watch. Both for drama reasons, really. I'm a fan of one of them, kind of, and not a fan of the other one. So one's Destiny, who we watch for drama reasons because I'm trying to keep up with his, drama with the Pixie thing. So I'll watch him when he's going over his court documents for the Pixie thing, or when he's doing something related to that. I could care less about the rest of his content. It's all politics, and I don't give a fuck about politics for all the reasons I mentioned earlier. But he'll sometimes go on a tangent where, especially when in relation to the Pixie thing, because his biggest defense for the Pixie thing is how he had ADHD and that his content changed over the course of the last 2 years because he got on Vyvanse, which is ADHD meds, and that it helped him focus, and now his content's more focused and he can stay locked in on the politics and he hasn't done as much drama. However, why this is a defense for his Pixie case, which is about him sharing her sex tape with people without her consent and him being just an overall gooner. His defense for that is that Vyvanse has severely impacted his libido, making him not horny as often. That's a side effect of having the extra focus, is that now you don't think about this as much and it gives you sex drive problems.
We don't want that.
I don't want that. My wife doesn't want that.
No.
I've thought about, man, I kind of want to try Vyvanse when I heard him talk, because the other one was Abba and Preach. And Abba and Preach was talking about it in relation to the Destiny thing, because when the Destiny thing first happened, Abba was a Destiny orbiter, and he disconnected himself from that orbit and basically called bullshit on his Vyvanse excuse. Then Abba said that he recently went to a doctor, and the doctor said you might have ADHD and gave him some Vyvanse, and he tried it, and it legitimately changed his life. And he was like, I was wrong about Vyvanse. I was wrong about Destiny. He is right. Probably did impact his behavior. I believe him when he said his behavior changed and all that changed. I believe that. Do I believe he still was in the wrong for everything he did? Yes.
Yeah.
But I can now say that he was right in telling me when his behavior changed, and I should have noticed it. And then he goes on a rant about what it's like being on Vyvanse for the first time. And everything he said, because he explained it like a normal person, not like Destiny.
Yeah.
And everything he said just described me. I was like, I kind of think I need that. But then I remember, and he also confirms it, it affects that.
Yeah.
And
No.
I don't want that.
No.
So, overall Gooner, put it on a shirt. That may be one of the. I can do a merch store now that I'm monetized on YouTube. I may make that one of the first piece of merch I sell. I need you guys to join the Discord and just post these in. I need to make a suggestion section so people can post suggestions for the stream. I guess right now just put it into reaction clips because that's streaming related, I guess. And I'll just think about it there. If you got good ideas for merch and stuff related to the stream. But anyway, side tangent over.
Maybe ADHD
He was saying,
or something.
so the
could
way he
also be on
described
a
it,
shirt.
so the way he described it is like, and you don't even realize it until you're on the medication. And I'm like, no, I can kind of realize it now when he explained it. He was like, before the medication, all of your thoughts feels like your brain's fogged. And you have trouble finding the thoughts you need through that fog. And then as soon as you take Vyvanse, that fog is lifted and everything becomes clear and concise and laid out in front of you. And you can just take what you need when you need it. You can take this thought when you need it. You can take this thought, and they're not jumbled together. So you can put things where they need to go, and you can focus on this thing, then this thing, then this thing, instead of all at once. And I'm like, yeah, it kind of sounds like me. I mean, fuck, right now, we're watching videos while playing video games and going on side tangents. I mean, we're doing it right now. I'm pretty sure I have ADHD.
Yeah.
But I also really like having sex multiple times a day, and I don't want that to stop.
Yeah.
I also really enjoy all the sexual things that we do, and the fact that I might sometimes need to please multiple women.
Yeah.
So I don't want to lose that.
And I don't find the side
And you know what?
tangents-
I've made it this long in life,
Yeah.
being able to. I can really focus up and lock in when I need to. It's not like it stopped me from doing what I need to do. It's just it takes me a minute. Usually, I would say that the best answer to ADHD, this is what it's always worked for me, and I think it's worked for literally everybody with ADHD. If you want someone who has ADHD who has trouble focusing on something, if you want them to lock in and focus on something right fucking now and nothing but that one thing, piss them off first. I hated Glenn when I worked with him, my fucking partner at the government job.
Because that's how he could get you
Because he
to
figured
work
it out. He
faster.
figured out the cheat code. No, not to make me work faster, just to make me focus.
Oh, okay.
Because
yeah.
I would keep getting distracted by my phone, and then I'd get distracted having conversations with because we worked on voting machines. I was a technician for voting machines, and we traveled the country fixing and preparing voting machines for elections. So it's just me and him, but I would get distracted by the staff of whatever government building we were at. I'm carrying on small talk conversations. I'm getting distracted by my phone. And it was one of those jobs where we don't get paid by the hour. We get paid by the job. So if we finish, I was still in college and I'm single. He was a married man in his 50s with a family to go home to, and we're traveling on the road. So if we got done on Wednesday, he got to go home and have a 4-day weekend with his family.
Well, that's
and
what
we
I mean
got
when I say work
paid,
faster,
and we
yeah.
got paid for the whole week. So he just wanted me to lock in and get the work done so we can go home. And I don't have shit to go home to, so I didn't care. I'm just working at a casual pace, and like it's not like it's affecting my ability to get the job done. I was always aware of like how much we had left to do and whether or not we have enough time to do it. Damn it, I was going to pick that up. And whether or not we had enough time to do it. But he would piss me off. He would talk shit and be like, look, if you can't do the fucking job, then you need to go. Like, he would just talk shit and piss me off. And he'd be like, you can't fucking do it. I'm going to ask for another partner. You can't fucking, I can fucking handle it. No, you can't. No, you can't. Stop lying to yourself. And he'd piss me off on purpose. And then I would do it just to prove him wrong. And he was like, I was like, see, I told you I could do it. He's like, yeah, I know. I was like, what do you mean you know? He was like, pissed you off on purpose. You work better when you're angry. I was like, oh, he's doing it on purpose.
Yep.
I was like, yeah. But it works. Piss them off first. They lock in. Give them motivation. Nothing will motivate you more than anger. Everyone's like, positive reinforcement, negative reinforcement isn't. No, it's a thing. And it's a very effective thing when used properly.
It depends on the person, but yeah.
No, every person. You just have to find the right trigger. Some people get emotional, so you can't use emotional triggers. You just have to find the right trigger. That's all. That's all. Anger will work for everybody. You just got to find the right motivational anger for a person. Negative reinforcement will work, I promise. You just can't use the same negative reinforcement on everybody.
I mean, I have a different way of dealing
You have to
with,
actually get to know the person first and know what works for them. How has no one killed him? Oh my God, there's 3 of us. Sorry. Anyway,
I need you to point out
Gypsy
that one is
tugboat.
Gypsy and the other one is Pink Rose.
no, he is
Gypsy Rose.
He is Gypsy Tugboat.
I know he's Gypsy Tugboat, but I'm just saying Gypsy Rose.
Gypsy Rose is in there. Pink Rose and Gypsy Tugboat. Yeah. Speaking of ADHD.
But anyway.
All right. Anyway, let's go.
But yeah, I deal with my bestie who has ADHD differently.
Yeah,
Because-
different people have it
because
differently, and different
pissing
people
her
have
off
different.
doesn't.
Yeah, different people have different triggers. Pissing
Yeah.
her off will work, but you got to find the thing that she'll get motivated by being angry about, like the thing that motivates her. For some people, like with guys, for a lot of guys, it's challenging them, telling them they can't do it, or giving them something they have to prove. Prove your manhood, prove this, blah, blah, blah. For a lot of women, it's give them a rival, give them a person to be better than.
Yeah. Can you see that working on my best friend?
I don't mean her specifically.
But
I'm just saying, for a lot of girls, that's
Yeah,
the first.
that is.
That's the first trigger that I try. Is I can be like, man, Kelly could have done it. But fuck Kelly. You think that bitch is better than me? I mean, you didn't do it. I'll show you. Yeah, like you give them a person.
Hey.
For a guy, just give him a challenge. Tell him he can't do it. For a girl, it's, hey, you can do it. You just can't do it as well as Kelly can.
Hey, it's kind of manipulative, but anyway.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not usually one for manipulation, but girls do it all the time. And
They do.
B, it's what works with people with ADHD. They have
Yeah.
to be manipulated to a certain degree or given medication. Like,
Yeah,
like
you're
if you
right.
want to fix someone with ADHD and no medication, you're going to have to manipulate them to some level, because just giving them the truth and talking to them isn't going to be enough. They're not, like, that's not proper motivation for them. They already know everything you're saying is true. They already know the problem, and that's
Yeah.
not enough for them to focus up. They think that it's just part of who they are and they can't help
Yeah.
it. When really, you can. You just need to be shown that you can by
Yeah.
given the right
The
motivation.
proper motivation, yeah. Well, I need you to take that approach with our children, especially our eldest.
I'm trying. For some of them, it's hard to find the right motivation. Plus, they keep changing friends,
I know.
so it's hard to motivate them with their friends, because next week they'll have a new group of friends and they don't care about that bitch anymore.
No, they don't. It's not that hard.
Yes, it is. What happened to the little fucking I don't want to say names on stream, but the little girl that she was having the little rivalry with, whose dad was like,
Oh, yeah, she dropped her
Spoiling.
because I told her to drop her. Did you not realize that
yes,
they
but that's
sat
my
behind
problem.
us
Is I was
today?
using her as the motivation for shit, because I would be like, well, compare her to her, and they had a little rivalry going on.
I mean, they still
that was
do,
their
but-
friendship, and that was motivation. Now that they aren't friends anymore, I can tell her what that child's doing. She's like, I don't care about her anymore, and I'm like, okay, well now I need new motivation.
I'm sorry. Because what did I just say? You need to drop her. You need to
I mean,
cut
you weren't
that person
wrong,
out
but
of
now I
your
gotta find
life.
new motivation.
But she's not going to the same middle school she is next
Because
year.
just challenge her and
so-
telling her she can't do something doesn't work. She's like, I know I can't. I'm bearable. I'm like, fuck,
I'm
now I made her bad. No, I made her sad, not mad. Yeah,
Yeah.
I had the opposite effect.
Yeah,
so
you
now,
had the opposite
like
effect.
that's not motivation for girls.
Yeah.
If they were a little boy
Women-
and you can just be like, you can't handle it. You can't handle this. This is for big boys. I am a big boy.
Yeah.
I'm a grown ass man.
I'm a grown ass man.
Yeah. Just got to find the right motivational trigger. Anyway, back to normal sounding girl.
Yep.
Oh shit, I gotta click back on the window. Okay.
Yeah.
People are looking at Kayla, and she's looking at me. She goes, "You don't understand. Like, you have to come and you have to be quiet because I've been there for you." Raising her voice at this cafe, trying to fight.
Speaking of manipulation shit, the fucking keeping score thing.
Yeah.
All I think of is the episode of The Office where Dwight has to
And
fucking
Andy.
everybody who does something for him he has
Yes.
to do something back for him. To be like, no, because if you do me a favor, then I owe you a favor.
I owe you.
And then like you're
Yeah.
keeping tallies when it's like. Here, let me get that cup of coffee for you. Oh, thank you. Let me clean yours out for you. Like you can't just do something simple. Like hand a guy a cup of
no,
coffee. Like you got to
It's-
keep score.
This guy,
Yeah.
a score has to be kept. That's
So
the way
fucking
your family is.
so fucking manipulative.
oh my
dude.
god. Jesus
Right.
Christ.
And she's like, "You know what? I don't want you there anyway." I'm like, "Okay, I first of all, I'm the one that just said I don't want to go, but that's okay. You're being so inconsiderate about this, and get this, Alice goes by they them, and you're misgendering Alice."
Oh god.
Fuck Alice.
Fuck Alice. Yeah.
Alice.
Yeah, like all of the
My response to that every single time, chat already called it. Chat already knows the answer. My response to that every single time, you misgendered they, them. You misgendered them. I would be like, yeah, but what is them? What is a woman? What is him? What do you mean? I mean, what is a woman? Like, what is a woman and what is them? Get them to define the gender, because they can't.
They can't. No,
Stop reviving me
no.
and just kill them, damn it.
You are literally gonna sit there and say all this shit to me loudly, create a scene in public, and that's the one you're gonna end on? That is not gonna get you far.
Now take it a step further. Not just what
Good
is a
God.
woman, what is a them? What is a man? Because if they can't answer the female one, then they can't answer the male one either. What is a them? Answer the them one. Yeah, that's the problem. Is when you're telling me gender's a construct and it can mean anything, then that means you can't define any of them. So then they're all pointless. And what's
It's
the
all pointless. What's the point? Why are you getting pissed about it?
Yeah,
then?
then who cares if I call you the wrong one?
Yeah,
From the
no
way
one
you
gives a
describe
shit.
them, they're all meaningless anyway.
Yeah. Nothing means nothing
'Cause if you
anymore.
can't
The world's chaos and blah.
Because what do you call something that can't be defined? It is literally
There's
meaningless. It has no meaning. It can't be defined. It has no meaning. It's literally meaningless. And if all of this is meaningless, why the fuck are we caring about it? What? God, he's
And yes,
dodging the bullets.
My eyes are very expressive. You can tell when I get pissed off.
Oh, speaking of, the fucking frame I paused her on. She is bugging. Crazy white woman face right there. That is meme material. So somebody screenshot that. Make a meme out of it. I'll leave it on screen for a second.
Oh, God.
We're about to make a meme out of this.
That's the way my eyes get
Oh my God.
when I get pissed off about women.
We got a stream meme. It's in general. Thank you. Let's fucking go.
Oh.
Wait, okay. Alice goes by they, them. That's so great. That's so great for Alice. You just told me.
Now you're concerned, trolling. Now you're
That's great.
It's just we're meeting manipulation tactics with
Yes.
other manipulation tactics.
Yes.
This is the kind of like woman shit that drives you crazy that chat was was talking about, and it's most common in white women. I'm sorry, it just is.
It is.
Black girls will just talk shit immediately, and they'll start taking off rings and no, fuck this bitch. No,
This bitch
they ain't
right
doing
here.
this like passive aggressive
Yeah,
back and forth
no.
shit. That's why it's so refreshing. Okay, but anyway, back to this.
That. And she's like screaming at me, mind you, in the cafe. Do you want me to time travel? Do you want me to reverse the clock and say they, them? You just told me that. And she's screaming because she doesn't have a point. Wow. Okay, you've started screaming. I'm done with this conversation. I don't wish to continue it because you're acting like you're insane. Who is this? And to this day, I don't know what caused her cry.
She doesn't really care about the pronoun. It's
not.
just something
It
to
was-
attack you on.
Yeah, it was
It's
something
just
to
she
make
doesn't
wrong.
have a reason other than she doesn't really like you, but she doesn't want you to know that because you're still valuable to her.
Yep.
That's why she's faking the friendship. So instead of telling you the honest answer, which is I don't really like you, I just kind of tolerate you.
Yeah.
Instead of doing that, she's got to have a reason why she can't hang out with you anymore, and she's chosen this. She doesn't actually give a fuck about this,
Yep.
but it's a thing that she can call you on that if you fight her on it, you're the bad guy. That's why.
Yeah.
It's a virtue signal.
Crash out because
Is this the new Gears of War even much of an improvement over the Xbox One version? It's supposed to be a remake. I thought the Xbox One version was a remaster. It's hard to tell because this multiplayer beta only has 2 maps and 1 mode. So I can't really pass a judgment yet. Tomorrow, like they're doing a different thing on each day of the beta. So by the end of the beta, I'll have a better feel for it.
maybe Alice gave her something. I know like Alice was doing stuff. I don't know exactly what happened or why she started to raise her voice, but as I said, as soon as she started screaming like a maniac, people were looking so uncomfortable. I was like, you know what? Thank you, girlie. Have a great birthday.
Yeah. So she just did the thing I'm talking about as like a great example of it. When she started screaming like a maniac, should have stopped there.
Yep.
People are looking. People are noticing. People are freaking out. We know what we
we
know
get
how
it.
human
We get
beings
it.
we know how human beings respond to maniacs.
Yeah.
You didn't have to add the extra part.
Yeah.
And when she's doing that every other sentence, it becomes rambly, and that's why guys have trouble following them because they over-explain shit. Sorry, she just gave a real good example of it for me to point out.
I gotta go. I'm not interested in this. You're crazy! So I leave. And then guess what? That night, I get a message. Hey girl, thanks for agreeing to avoid politics around Alice. I hope to see you there.
What
Is
conversation
that-
were you
passive
having?
aggressive.
But yeah.
She says that she's leaving, and the other girl assumes that she's leaving over politics. Yeah, because
Yeah.
neither one of them said what they really mean,
No.
so they're talking over each other. So her friend is assuming that she left because you honored my wish to not talk about politics. You understood that you didn't need to be here. Thank you for that. And really, I left because I think you're crazy.
Because
So-
you're a crazy bitch.
And if
yeah.
you'd have just called her crazy, this
you
all
go.
could have been avoided.
There you
Yeah,
go.
so this is just a concern trolling thing. Whatever, dude.
That your apology for screaming? What is that? I didn't agree to anything. That did not deserve a response because that's some like toxic manipulation.
And she doesn't understand why she got the response that
Yeah.
she got. So neither one of them understands the other person,
No.
and they just keep talking over each other.
Yeah.
This could all be avoided so easily.
Good. It very much
Later,
could.
like gaslighting shit. No.
So, to address your video, because this isn't what I thought this video was going to be about, because it's entitled "I Lost a Friend Over Politics." You didn't lose a friend over over politics. First of all, you were never friends.
No,
let's just get that out there first.
That was some toxic.
You lost a friendly acquaintance
You lost a hanger on.
because neither one of you could just tell the other one how you really felt.
Yeah.
That's why you lost this. This was doomed to fail if politics never became part of it.
Yep.
I don't have the energy for again. I really want to stress this. This was not a super close friend of mine. The amount of
acquaintance.
energy that she was pouring into all of this useless drama, it was
I mean, what am I going to do? Just all of a sudden jump up and grind my feet on someone's couch? It's like it's something to do? Come on. I mean, I got a little more sense than that. Yeah, I remember grinding my feet on Charlie Murphy's couch. Yeah, it's that energy.
Yeah.
insane. I even showed my close friend. He's like,
Emotions are a hell of a drug.
yeah, that's crazy. That's insane behavior. You should not be talking to this person. She's a lunatic. I'm like, I don't know what happened, but my guess is that Kayla was afraid of getting canceled, of getting backlash from her new friend group. She made something out of nothing. That's done with. I get a message and
You were a sacrifice. Her new friend group
Yes.
didn't like you, and she was willing to sacrifice you to
you
appease
go.
them. But she didn't have the balls to tell you, I don't really like you and I like them more. So she danced around the topic. That's what happened. That's an accurate read on what happened.
Her need
She just
for
doesn't
you
get it.
was done.
Yeah, you had served your purpose.
You served your purpose, and
You were
the
disposable.
new friend group didn't appreciate you, so she got rid of you.
Yeah.
Ghostface Kia.
What really probably happened behind the scenes is as soon as you weren't around, new friend group gave her...
She was doing the same thing to her.
No. New friend group gave you the her or us ultimatum, and she chose them.
Well, yeah, but that's what I mean. Remember when she started the story? What did I say was happening? The other girl is sitting there talking badly about the girl that would walk away, but she's also doing that
Yeah,
same
yeah,
thing when
no.
she walks away with the other girl. She was doing both of it, and then she decided which one she wanted to keep.
And then she kept that one, she kept
And
the
got rid
wrong
of the
one,
other
and
one.
then
Yeah.
the same thing happened to her.
Yeah. That's what they do.
hey girl, I
Oh.
saw you on YouTube. I'm so proud of you. Let's catch up. I take a look.
So fake.
Conservative.
That's so fake.
In the bio. Okay, who cares? What?
I see that shit all the time, especially online.
Yep.
Like, that's like a clout chasing thing too. I've had people show up in my chat and do that. Or someone will message me on Discord, and it's usually the people who are they're not friends, but they're people who are trying to pretend that they're a fan because they want me to buy their services. They want to make art for my channel. This is why I don't talk to anyone. I am instantly blocking you. If you show up in my Twitter timeline and you've got commissions open or comms open behind your name and you're following me on Twitter to make it, like if it's very clear that you just want to make art for my channel, I'm blocking you immediately.
Yeah.
Fuck all of you want to be fucking Twitter artists. I hope AI takes every last one of your goddamn jobs that you don't actually have. Fuck you guys. Because they'll sit there and they'll fall into my DMs and they will waste my fucking time and they'll pretend like they're a fan of the channel. And you know what? If you guys were actually fans and you guys did actually watch my content and you guys actually could make art that fit my channel, I would hire you. But you're too fucking lazy to do the homework and actually fucking put any effort into your art. That's why AI needs to take your fucking jobs because they'll message
Because
me.
there's too many people like that.
Because they'll message me and they'll act like they're a fan of my channel and to try to get me to hire their services so they can make art for me. So they'll be like, I've seen your videos. You're doing great work, but I noticed your channel, the art's not really uniform or coherent. I can help you get a coherent style. And then I always respond with, oh, cool. What's your favorite video? You watch my content.
Yep.
What's your favorite video? oh, and to show me that they don't understand what my content is about, and that they only looked at the thumbnail, is that they'll go, oh, the one about Call of Duty. Or they'll pull up or they'll pull up a piece of content and see I'm playing Call of Duty, but they're watching it on mute, or they're skimming through it. Mm-hmm. The video games aren't the focus of the content. They're the thing I'm doing in the background. So if your response is that I played a video game, then you haven't watched my fucking content. You don't know anything about the channel. You don't know one thing I've talked about. You don't have a clue about the vibe for the channel. So why would I hire you to make my art? Because you're going to make me gaming art. I'm not a fucking gaming channel. I'm a guy who happens to play video games while doing other shit. The word gaming is nowhere in my channel. Nowhere have I pretended to be a gaming channel. Gaming's never been the focus of any of my content. It's always been that thing I do in the background. I'm just a guy who happens to also like video games. So you're going to give me generic video game art that you ran through a fucking template. Fuck you. The manipulation bullshit.
Yeah.
What? No, genuinely, what is that? I feel like that's really weird. This is the first time I've seen that, actually. I've seen people talk about specific issues, or they'll put certain flags or whatever, but she put conservative. That was so funny and weird. And just out of curiosity, I'm looking at her social media, and she's now making videos. Hey, girl. How's Alice? I think that actually improved my skill of spotting fake people. Because there were signs looking back, and people that only tried to be friends with others if they can gain something out of it, right? Like,
you need to get better.
Yeah.
On the off chance that this creator sees I reacted to one of her videos. What's her name? Misha. Listen, Misha. You need to get better at seeing these signs in the moment. Because you're saying looking back, all the signs were there. Just from hearing your story, the signs weren't just there. They were obvious.
Yeah, they were screaming
very fucking obvious.
Like,
you need to be, for the sake of your sanity and your social life, you need to get better at reading the room.
Yeah. Like, this is shit our kids are coming across now as they
At
get
the age
into
of
middle
10,
school.
yeah.
Yeah. Like, you have been having this problem your whole life. You just apparently haven't been paying attention.
You need to get better at noticing
Yeah.
it. I'm not going to be one of those guys that's like, oh, well, you got to play the game and get better at talking to. Nope. Don't play their game. Get better at noticing when the games are being played so that you can make friends with people who don't play those games.
Yeah. Get better at knowing when people are worth your time and when they are not. When they will waste your time.
Like I said, and they're changing their entire personality. We agreed on so many things. We would make jokes about things that very sensitive people would not find funny.
What?
So, like, we would bond over that, and that was great. So if this was a case of her just really changing her political beliefs, fine. That's great. Like, you're growing, you're changing, cool. But who are you really? If you're just pretending, you're a shapeshifter, but what do you actually believe? Like, that's the thing. Oh,
If I could shapeshift, I'd make my dick bigger. Every guy would answer the same, and if he doesn't, he's a liar. Every guy thinks the same thing. If you could shapeshift, or you could have Mr. Fantastic stretchy powers, every guy is thinking the same thing. I know which part I'd stretch first. Every guy would do that first. That would be the first thing they did if they got their power. And if they're like, no, I'd use it. Shut the fuck up. No, you wouldn't. Liar. Liar.
World peace. No.
Nope. Dick first. Dick first.
Hey, there is such a thing as too big. Okay.
Yeah, but if you're like fucking Mr. Fantastic, you can make it the perfect size for whichever
Yours
woman
is the
you're
perfect
with.
size,
For
by the
not
way,
for every woman.
for
it's
me.
the perfect size for your vagine. But
Yes, thank you,
what if I
for
wanted
my
to fuck a
vagine.
porn star? Well, she's used to bigger. Now I can give her the size that fits her. I can truly be one size fits all.
Yes, you could. You could.
Every guy would want that. You could be the perfect lover for every single woman that you're with. You would be a god.
Oh, and actually, I remember her posting this infographic on her Insta. And this was before the birthday party incident, right? And it was like, how to spot a bigot. How to spot a bigot. And it was like, stay silent during the BLM thing, doesn't post a black square, doesn't celebrate Pride Month. You're staying silent? Because you had a lot to say when it comes to the Pride parades and the...
First of all, if you ran an account who did none of those things, doesn't mean bigot.
No.
Doesn't. I do none of those things. I have no
Me
problem
either.
with gay people. I obviously have no problem with black people. I just don't want to get involved in those online conversations, and I'm not going to do anything to bring that attention to myself. I don't want that screaming at me constantly on the internet. I just want to exist like a normal person. So if that's your bar for
Yeah.
how to spot a bigot, then that's the problem with online discourse, and that's why people are, that's brain rot. Some people just want to be themselves online. They don't want to have to, all right, which boxes do I need to check first to make sure people don't think I'm a thing when I make my profile? And that's how you end up with these profiles. It's got a person's name and 30 fucking flags and causes behind it so that everyone knows that they have the right opinion on everything and not to call them out. Oh, God, it's just virtue signaling. It's so
insufferable.
annoying.
Ugh.
What about gay black people? Now that's where I draw the line.
That, sir.
You want to be gay? That's fine. You want to be black? I'll bang you. You want to be gay and black? You get the fuck out. I only got so much love to give.
You want to be black? That's fine.
Yeah, you want to be black? That's fine. And if you want to stop getting pulled over by the cops, do your best to not be black or Hispanic. Have you thought about trying that?
Trying that first.
Get your shit together.
There's always options.
the BLM scam and all of this, you were not silent, but the things you were saying, I think whoever made that infographic, they would call you a bigot if they heard that. It depends who was now following her, because this was after she started getting
Shit.
closer to Alice. So
Thanks,
I just
teammate.
saw that, I remember, like,
Stood there
is
and
this
watched.
not her account? If you're not posting a black square, you're a bigot? You're allowed to have that opinion. But be consistent, because why with me you're like making fun of people that would say that? I was just thinking when I saw that message of like, oh, I saw you on YouTube, now I want to be friends again. Where was that energy when you were shape shifting? Depends on
Oh,
the
it was
crowd.
there.
Now that I
She
pop
was
up
just
on your
using it
feed,
differently.
it's, hey girl, let's catch up. No.
Yeah. She
No,
was using it
I'm
on
so sorry.
Alice.
There's a reason that you struggle to make friends.
Yeah, guys don't really do that. If they see someone who pops up in their feed they hadn't talked to in a while, they may do the small talk thing and check in to see, like, hey, I wonder how he's been. Hey, how you been, man? And then you say some off the wall shit, be like, oh, you suck
Oh.
now. I didn't
Oh,
realize
okay.
that. Yeah, like that's how I am with
Yeah.
friends from high school. I'm like, hey, I hadn't talked to you in years, man. How have you been? Man, Trump's in the White House and he's gonna
Oh,
make
you're
America
going
great.
crazy.
Oh, you suck now. Okay, I didn't realize you suck now. Sorry, my bad. And then I move on.
go on.
I'm not still gonna try to be your friend over nostalgic reasons. It's I didn't realize you suck now. Good to know. Damn.
Yep.
Damn it! I'm fucking everything up. Okay, sorry.
Right? You cannot be a different version of yourself depending on the crowd, like completely different person. No one is gonna end up really liking you. I want to acknowledge also that I know some of you, like on the main channel, subscribers especially, have actually lost best friends.
Damn it.
Over politics, or family members. Like, people are cutting people off because someone voted for Trump and someone voted
Yep.
for Kamala. That is heartbreaking. That is next level. Moral of the story is don't be fake. Okay, be consistent. The issue then is that you don't know who you are, and you for some reason think it's appropriate to trash talk someone you're pretending to be friends with. I don't even like this Alice girl. She was actually insane and on a bunch of things, but I still think that behavior is disgusting. So gross. And if you ever think, even for a second, that that same person is not talking trash about you, you're wrong. People that like to gossip like that,
Yeah.
they do it to you too. Also,
Yeah,
it
you
does
got
not
it.
make you a villain to just think, to ask questions, to look at the other side, and to change over time. That's allowed. That's okay. If your friend group is
Once again,
threatening
did her
to
mom not have this talk with
excommunicate you
her
because of
when
that.
she was a kid?
You don't want to be friends with those people. Please believe me, right? You will attract the right people into your life if you give yourself some time to reflect, to get rid of that toxicity, focus on yourself, grow as a human being. You will attract the right people who are willing to have.
See, way over explaining this.
Yeah.
I said it in one sentence. Read the room.
Yeah. I'm going to bed.
Hold on, it's almost over. Finish it out.
Conversations, even
she's
if you don't
kind of-
agree on every point, right? When it comes to politics, that's okay. That encourages healthy dialogue. That's amazing. It's not worth walking on eggshells, constantly having to censor yourself. What?
We're still on the same
so
thought,
you can
by
be
the way.
invited
I
to
know.
brunch or whatever.
This is
you're
her exit
doing.
sentence.
It's
Yeah.
not worth it. It may be uncomfortable in that moment.
explaining it
to
for a
lose
third time
friend
now.
or to have to end that friendship yourself. But it's worth it. People that are constantly gossiping.
And we're explaining
or
it for a fourth
incredibly
time now.
Fake or not willing to hear out the other side.
You already said
They're
this.
exhausting.
Yeah.
And that's it. You guys
There
let
we
me
go.
know
She
if
got
you've
it.
ever
We
been in
got
a
there.
similar
We
situation.
got there. Thank you, Mish.
Thank you.
Good video.
Yeah.
I have notes. Good.
Woo.
I have notes.
She finally got across that finish line.
Boy.
Whoa.
Yeah, it took her a minute. But we got there.
Yeah.
Yeah, just stop over explaining. Like one example of a thing is enough. It's a YouTube video. If they didn't get it the first time, they can rewind.
Yep.
They can
Yep,
rewind.
there you go.
If
Yeah.
they need to hear you repeat it, they'll watch it again. Or do like I do and slow it down. Even at 75% speed, if she had spark notes or shit, the whole video would have been 5 minutes long. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like most of it is her repeating herself and just saying the same thought and it with a different example over and over and over again. If a dude was telling this story, it would be like 1 minute. Yeah, that's the difference. Well, we don't want to enforce gender norms, guys. Okay, gender's a construct. We don't want to enforce gender norms. Okay, and what is a man anyway? Jesus.
Oh my god. But yeah, I'm going to bed.
All right. Well, anyway, guys, thanks for watching this one. So that was a little less about politics and more just girl gossip, but it was good to analyze it. So if you guys aren't familiar with how girl gossip works, there you go. You just got a window into it, and I just showed you how to translate it and how to work
And it's
through it.
annoying as fuck.
But if you're going to talk to normal white girls and that's what you're into, then you have to be able to translate this stuff in your mind and know when to lock in. You can kind of go in and out of the conversation. You can lock in for the first sentence to get her example, and then you can kind of wander off in
wander
thought
off.
for the next couple of examples. Listen for key words. And like at the end there where she said, and that's it. And so, okay, she's done with her thought. Lock
Try
back
not
in.
to look so relieved.
Yeah, then you lock back in for the next thought. Let her get it out. Okay, and now she's gone through one example. 2 more are coming. You know at least 2 more are coming. So
At
what do you do
least.
now? Okay, well now we need to, start thinking about other shit. Maybe start thinking about your loadout in COD or, maybe a strategy in the online game you play so you know what to do when you get home. And then when you hear your
Yep.
keyword that she's done with that thought, you log back in and move on to the next one. You
Yep.
just got to be able to keep track of them in your own mind so you can follow the conversation. It's not hard, guys. It's not hard.
Nope, it's not.
Active listening is hearing what people say, but some women like her require semi-active listening. No, like a light switch, knowing to
Yeah.
turn it on and off.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for watching this one, guys. We do these live streams every night. These videos are recorded live. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Trying to hit that 1,000 subscriber mark. So help me get there. And if you want to be part of the content, show up to the live streams. Usually around between 11, 12 p.m. Eastern time every single night. For now, thanks for watching this. I'll see you guys in the next one.